All right, ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome to another great session with the presidential candidate of the fictional Common Sense People's Party. Now, things have gone so bad in Nigeria, even far beyond how many of us predicted it would be at this point in TINUBU's regime. There is hardly any form of criminality that has not doubled in the last 4 months from what it used to be before this administration. People reporting cases of kidnaps are literally being told by the police to go and pay ransom to save their loved ones. In many cases, ransoms are paid and kidnappers still kill the victims, and that is for kidnapping. When it comes to outright killings, what is being reported is a far cry from the actual situation on ground. The APC government has totally failed in the primary purpose of governance, which is to protect lives and properties. And as such, lawmakers have now opened discussion on Nigerians carrying arms, and everywhere is tensed. Under normal circumstances, the insecurity we are experiencing now is not beyond our security personnel, but because of the insincerity of the APC government, it has become so hard to nip insecurity in the bud. And today, heavy tension filled the air when a lawmaker called for the introduction of a bill that allows civilians to own and carry firearms. Before I show you how it was said and how Nigerians reacted, let me quickly show you this must-watch video that shows in clearer terms the wickedness and crookedness of the TINUBU administration. See the video.
You are very correct, Rufai. You just took the words out of my mouth. If I had not stopped talking, maybe those are the areas I would have gone into. The aspect of the political will to be able to get these things, push these things forward. We seem to be lacking in it. And that's why gradually I'm beginning to see a great deal of semblance in the way we are addressing security under this present administration and the last administration. The political will in this administration towards this thing is so weak. If you ask me, Rufai, I was expecting to see a commander-in-chief who will be touching down in Plateau, coming out of a military helicopter. I'm not talking of the presidential helicopter. A military helicopter in camouflage and steel helmet, assuring villagers. Assuring villagers that we shall get this rubbish done with. We shall stop this henceforth. Okay? Go about, touch the ladies, the women, touch the children, visit hospitals, and so on. And after that, turn to your service chiefs and give them 1 or 2 weeks to produce the perpetrators. Tell your national security advisor, your DSS, and the service chiefs to produce the perpetrators in the next 2 weeks or lose their jobs. This is the sort of decisiveness I expect to see from a commander-in-chief, from somebody who calls himself the father of this nation. What is happening? Just what is happening? Wow. Is it so difficult to get us out of this mess? We cannot crush these guys and kick them off our territory? What is happening?
Well, Colonel, I understand and appreciate your...
Wow, that was retired Colonel Hassan Labo. The colonel broke down in tears. I must admit, I also got emotional watching that video. But I'm glad that the world, including the most foolish of men, will come to see all that we have been saying about this evil association called the APC. Here, we will continue to do our best to demarket the APC until we get them out of power. And for those of you watching this video right now who think you have a duty to your religion or tribe to support APC, you better think again. These guys are driving this country to a point that wherever you are, no matter how much you have, your peace and your safety will not be guaranteed. You better think again. Now, let us see how these lawmakers talked about Nigerians owning and carrying arms. Look at how the papers reported it. Nigerians should be allowed to carry guns. Ned Nwoko. The lawmaker representing Delta North Senatorial District, Ned Nwoko, has called for the introduction of a bill that allows civilians to own and carry firearms. He noted that the bill was important following the security challenges, particularly the recent Plateau killings of December 24th, where no less than 100 civilians were killed in the attack. He said an amendment bill allowing civilian firearm ownership must be introduced in the Senate. My bill on self-defense and firearms ownership regulation, currently listed in the Senate awaiting its first reading, deals with this pressing issue. I am pleased that the topic has gained national significance, sparking diverse opinions and discussions that predominantly fall into two camps, one in opposition and the other in support. Senator Nwoko added, "It is evident that the existing security measures have not been sufficient in safeguarding our communities. Allowing law-abiding citizens to possess firearms could potentially provide a sense of security and a means to protect themselves and their families from immediate threats." The Delta lawmaker noted that to avoid sabotage and abuse, several streams of control must be exercised to ensure control. He said, however, it is crucial to emphasize that the initiative to permit firearm ownership is accompanied by stringent regulations and comprehensive training. This is not the first instance where a political figure is championing for Nigerians' right to bear arms. The House of Representatives Majority Leader Alhassan Ado Doguwa said Nigerians must be allowed to take up arms and defend themselves against terrorists. The then governor of Benue State, Samuel Ortom, in 2020, also reiterated his appeal to the federal government to allow responsible Nigerians bear arms to defend themselves. If the bandits, terrorists, and criminals know that where they are visiting to attack or destroy property and steal, the people around there have sophisticated weapons like they have, they will caution themselves, he said in a media briefing. Now, you heard that. He said the bill is awaiting first reading in the floor of the Senate, and I can assure you that while it is being deliberated upon, other attacks will begin to take place. And so, ladies and gentlemen, we might in no distant time have a country where guns will be littered everywhere. Self-defense, people carrying arms for self-defense is a very good idea, but I believe you also know the demerits of having a society where guns are everywhere. If we had a president like Peter Obi, he would have tackled insecurity genuinely. There wouldn't have been any need for this kind of agitations. But here we are with the APC, the evil association called the APC. The consequences of bad leadership, as I have always said here, are enormous and far-reaching. Whether you support the APC or not, the consequences of having a society where guns are littered everywhere are now very close to your doorstep. Now, before I show you some of the tweet reactions to the call for Nigerians to begin carrying arms, let me take a minute to appreciate you, my audience, for supporting my new channel called Mr. Benjamin. I see your subscriptions, your comments, and I just want you to know that I deeply appreciate your support. For those who haven't subscribed, please endeavor to do so. It is an entertainment and comedy channel with political humor and satires, and I promise you, you won't be disappointed. There is a link to the channel in the comment section of this video. Click the link and it will take you directly to that channel. And you can also type Mr. Benjamin in your YouTube search bar and my picture will pop up bearing the channel, and then you can subscribe. This is how the channel looks. That is it right there on your screen. This channel is another side of me that I would love the world to see. The Obedient family has been known to be very supportive of fellow Obedients who are in genuine need of support, and I'm already seeing that in my case, and I believe you guys will get me to 1,000 subscribers in no time. Now, let us see the tweet reactions to that call for Nigerians to begin carrying arms. And this tweet here says, if they allow this, a lot of politicians won't live long. I'm telling you, with the kind of anger that is in the mind of Nigerians now, if you allow guns everywhere, there will be too many casualties. But if they don't live long, waiting concern us. No be them use their own hands, bring that calamity upon themselves. Is this how to treat your citizens? And this tweet here says, I already carry mine, need nobody's approval. And this tweet by Pi says, for political reasons, this won't be allowed. There are those who feel we could easily drift into several internal wars between the tribes. Are there no wars already? Let us be factual. And this tweet here says, who will import guns and ammo? And which tribes will get supply first? How do you stop politicians and elites or religious organizations not to arm a militia ready for any election/crisis? Would guns and ammunition be equally available to all ethnics or some deprived? Unregulated arms race. Now, all these questions are valid, but do we think they will be able to stop what is coming? Because the rate at which these Fulani headsmen are invading societies is like they have special plan to push this their agenda up to a point in this 2024. And I know it is going to continue, and Nigerians will not look on. Sooner or later, whether government approves it or not, people will go all out and get themselves armed. I've said it many times that only a foolish society will know that they are vulnerable to Fulani terrorist attacks and they will not arm themselves. Anyway, make I leave am here. We'll keep our fingers crossed and see how events unfold. Don't forget to visit my channel, Mr. Benjamin, and give me a subscription. Those of you who have subscribed, I say thank you very much once again. And those who are yet to subscribe, please, please, please endeavor to visit my channel and give me that subscription. As for me, make I still enter town. Make I go get some ogbonge political news wey una go like. Why? Because of una na I dey here. So don't go away. Don't go away.